In 2009, James Okafor, 28, lived in a single room with four others, without job, savings, or plan. His family and friends abandoned him. His ordeal only ended in 2019 when he founded a company, employed 47 people, and spoke at business conferences. This is not a lucky. It's the story of a single decision altering everything. In this video, you will know the decision. James grew up in a small town where opportunity felt like something that happened to other people. His father was a carpenter who worked 6 days a week and still could not afford to send all his children to school. James was the third of 5 children. He watched his father leave early every morning and come home exhausted every night, and somehow, there was still never enough money. He managed to finish secondary school, but university was out of the question. There was simply no money for it. So at 19, James moved to the city with one bag, 2 sets of clothes, and the phone number of a distant cousin who had promised him a place to stay. The cousin's place turned out to be that single room. For men, 1 room, 1 fan, no privacy, no comfort. But James told himself it was temporary. He told himself he just needed one chance. For 9 years, that chance never came. James spent most of his 20s doing whatever work he could find. He offloaded trucks at a market. He painted houses. He tried selling clothes. None of it worked. Every time he saved a little money, something would happen. He'd fall sick, or his family back home needed help, or the business idea he tried would collapse within weeks. By the time he was 28, James had failed at 4 small businesses. He had borrowed money from people who no longer trusted him. He had a reputation in his neighborhood as someone who was always trying but never succeeding. He later said in an interview, and these words are important, he said, "The worst part was not being broke. The worst part was believing that being broke was just who I was. That belief, that poverty was his identity, was the real prison he was living in." And it took one unexpected moment to break him out of it. One evening in 2009, James was sitting outside a supermarket waiting for a friend. He had nothing to do, so he just watched people, and he noticed something. Every few minutes, someone would walk out of the supermarket struggling with heavy bags, and James thought, what if someone was just here, ready to help carry those bags to a taxi for a small fee? That night he went home and could not sleep. Not because he was worried, but because for the first time in years, he was excited. The next morning he went back to that supermarket with nothing but a piece of cardboard that said, "Porter, I will carry your bags safely." He stood there for 3 hours. Nobody hired him. He went back the next day. 2 people hired him. He made 400 naira. It was almost nothing, but it was his. He went back every day for 2 weeks. Then he started to notice something bigger. People didn't just need help carrying bags, they needed someone reliable. James became known for being honest, careful, and dependable, and customers started asking for him by name. A catering business owner later hired him for weekly supply deliveries. James realized people pay for trust, not just service. He saved his earnings and soon hired others to work with him. He approached 3 more supermarkets and offered his porter service. All 3 said yes. By 2012, just 3 years after standing outside with a piece of cardboard, James had a small logistics and delivery company with 11 workers. James kept reinvesting instead of chasing luxury. He learned a business through free videos and books, faced setbacks, lost contracts, and struggled financially, but he refused to quit. By 2019, 10 years after sleeping on a mat, his company reached $1 million in revenue. His journey teaches 3 lessons. Start with what you have. Trust and consistency matter more than the service itself. Failure is temporary unless you accept it as your identity. As James said, "I wasn't special, I just didn't quit." If James's story inspired you, this channel is for you. Every week, I share powerful stories of people who started with nothing and built something great. Subscribe so you never miss one, and share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. See you in the next one.